to a rather sort of mixed bag of a Homebrew Wednesday. It's been a couple of weeks. Well, it's been a fabulous bank holiday weekend. I hope you had a great Easter and a fabulous time. It was, oh, it's hot still. It was rather drunkenly fueled. I did a test brew with the Grainfather on Saturday. I cast that on Vaughan live. Thanks to everybody that came to watch that. That's great. And I was still going. Well, I finished long after the brew had finished, going into the night. I think we finished about 2:30 in the morning. We had some great people pop in. Even Zippy popped in popped himself out of retirement to come and have a look, see what was going on. Right, so yeah, brew day. Let's show you a bit of that footage. I didn't take a lot, like I said. Once I got a few beers flowing, and it wasn't sort of a smooth day as far as the brew is concerned. I think if a few more brews with it, and once I'm a bit more fluent, I'll do another brew day. Probably won't be doing a live one, but I will film it, and it should be a little bit smoother than what happened on Saturday. Anyway, I'll show you that footage now. Okay, we've got strike water in. It's coming up to 50 degrees, which I want for a protein rest for 30 minutes. I'm using the main element now, but then I'm to switch over to the mash element to maintain the temperature. So that's coming up to temperature. This is the mash basket, or the grain basket, I'm not sure what they call it. Anyway, we've got that there. That's going to go in. We've got a handle here somewhere. And that just sits in there. It doesn't stay, so you've got to move it. That goes on top, well, before you put the handle on, of course. Yeah, that goes in there. It's quite a snug fit. It's got this silicone band all the way around it there. So we're going to put that in when it hits 50, and then we're going to give it a few minutes. Then we'll give it a bit of a stir. We'll put the top on, and then we'll put the pump on to recirculate. I'll let it settle down, get the temperature correct, and then we'll recirculate for 30 minutes, I think it is, at 50 degrees. Yeah. And then we've got a saccharification rest at 66 and a mash out, so let's crack on with that. Okay, so we're moving on. We've done the protein rest, and I've set the STC there for 66 degrees. Going to reach that over a stage of 15 minutes, and then we're going to hold that for 45 minutes at that temperature for the saccharification rest. I just wanted to show you this. You see all that foam in there? Yeah, it's never really noticed before if that's what happens in a recirc mash. Anyway, so far so good. The protein rest was great. It maintained its temperature really well. I think it only fluctuated 1 degree, so that was good. So now, like I said, we've got a saccharification rest coming up over 15 minutes to reach temperature, then a 45-minute mash, then we've got a mash out, and then we'll move on to the boil. Okay, so and Vaughan has been an absolute arse. Show everybody. See, Vaughan's been an arsehole. People are chatting away. So we've got a few people in for the watch. We've even got, look, focus, Berserker Zippy. Yeah. So made his appearance once again, and he's done it on my cast, no doubt. So anyway, right, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're moving on. I've done the first step in the step mash. A few things. I didn't really read the instructions properly, so I made a bit of a mistake. I tried to increase the temperature just on the 500 watt element, which ain't gonna work. So you really need to do that up on the 2 kilowatt element, and let that go for the 15 minutes to balance out the temperature throughout the mash, getting it at the right temperature. And then once you've hit that and it's balanced and it's not changing or fluctuating whatsoever, you switch over to the 500 watts, which is okay. It's on the 500 watt now. It has got a 1 degree differential, so the mash temperature is supposed to be 66. It is currently 67, but it does sort of drop up and down to 65, 67, which is fine. It's got that 1 degree differential on the element, so once it hits 65, it goes back on, heats it back up, it goes to 66, switches off, and so on and so forth. Also, I've noticed a hell of a foam buildup. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a normal thing. It is my first time using this machine, so more usage will determine whether that's actually a normal thing or not. Now, after that, we've got 15 minutes of this saccharification rest left of the mash. Then we're going to do a mash out. We're going to take it a step up to another 75 degrees for 10 minutes, and then we'll sparge. Okay, so I'll come back when we get to that. Okay, we're at the sparge stage. One thing I'll say, sparge is very slow. You can hear it. If I move it closer to the it's going through, but it's going through rather slow. But that's okay. Sparges aren't exactly known for their speedy. The fucked up lens. For their speedy process. So yeah, we'll let that go through. Some more sparge water down there to go through. And then we're going to move on to the boil. And what I will say is though, when you come to pulling this bucket out, 1, it's fucking heavy. 2, it's hot. So they give you a metal bar to put in. It's over there, I can't get it right now, but put it in. One goes in this hole here, and there's one here adjacent to it. And your hand is inside, steam bellowing out. And I burnt my finger, so I would suggest using a cloth or some oven gloves or something of the sort to get your job done there. God, brewing, thwart with danger. Thwart. Okay, so we've got the chiller on. I've had to use the outside tap because I've no other way of doing this, so this is what it's all going through. Water in, water out. Water in, water out, and it's coming out pretty damn clear and pretty damn cool. So that's coming out at 18.4 degrees. That's perfect. So yeah, that's it. 18.4 degrees. And that in a nutshell is the Grainfather in action. I've had some other complications trying to do what I'm doing today, but the Grainfather has performed exceptionally well. I did a few hiccups which I'll iron out, mainly with Beersmith. So yeah, happy days. So until the next one, and there will be a next one, when I'm a bit more fluent with it, I'll come back and show you how well it does really work. This is actually the maiden voyage, the Virgin Brew with the Grainfather, and it's not been bad, but it's not been without its troubles. So, okay, so that was that. You know, there's a few glitches. My volume wasn't right. Because of that, the OG wasn't right. You know, I ended up doing an extra 30 minutes on the boil, which might have given it a bit too much bitterness. Don't know. Time will tell. Okay, it's fermenting there nicely. It had a bit of a do. I'll show you. You can see it all over there. It had a good high krausen on it. Didn't blow off as such, but it did sort of blow into the airlock. So there she is, bubbling away nicely. Okay, now that done. The next thing is, of course, the smash off. Now we're well into April already. What are we, the 8th today? Where does the time going? Didn't seem that long ago. It was bloody Christmas. So, 8th of April. So we need to start thinking about getting these beers sent out. There are 17 entrants as of now. I'm not sure if any are going to pull out or not until we start getting this the shipping bit underway. Okay, so 17 entrants, that means I need 16 bottles from each of you. Yeah, 16 for a redistribution. So everybody sends me 16, I sort them all out, and everybody gets 16 back. One of each of everybody's beers, of course, that's how it works. And then we do the reviews. Now there's a lot of beers there to review, so I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with when all the reviews have to be in by. The videos can go up in any order, in any way, shape or form, but do not give your final scoring on your video, okay? Give me the scores via email. Get all your scores done, write them all down, and then just send them to me via email, and then tally them all up, and we'll place everybody and see who has come out on top. And that, I think, boys and girls, that'll be it. You know, I want to keep it to a minimum. I don't want to keep waffling on about absolutely nothing, but that's it. So we did the cast on Saturday and Friday and Saturday. Did the brew day, which you just saw, and now we've got to do this. Got to get this smash off underway. You know, it's getting close. So you've got 3 weeks. 3 weeks to get them all boxed up and sent out. Okay. And that is that. Now I'm looking to resend them because due to work. Before I go, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Oh, damn it. Right. Right, round about the second week in May. So we've got a little bit extra time. I'm trying to be a little bit more lenient with everything. But because I'm away with work, I can't actually. Somebody else is going to be getting the beers for. Be here to collect the beers as they arrive. But I'm not going to be here to sort them out until that particular week. So I'm looking around about the second week of May. Around about it's the 14th, which is a Thursday. So possibly a bit sooner than that. Get them all packaged up. If I get them for all four, if they're all here by the 11th of May, because I'll be here then, so I'll package them all up so I can get them all sent out. That gives me a few days to send them out. I'll send them out on the Thursday. And that should be okay. So you've got a little bit extra time. and they've got to be here now by the 11th, so that gives you an extra what, 10 days, an extra 10 days. If they're not here by the 11th, they won't be entered. Simple as that. Okay. You know, if they're not, if I've boxed them all up and already got them ready to go, I'd say you're too late. You've not made it in time. Okay, so that gives us, where are we? April. So it gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. That gives you 5 weeks to get everything all boxed off, labelled up. They don't have to be fancy labels, but you do have to tell me what malt you're using, what hop you're using, the ABV of that particular beer, the IBUs as well. They're not as important, but it'd be nice to know what they are. And that's it. Okay, get them all sent. I'll get them all sent back out, and then we can crack on with the reviewing. I think next year we'll have to rename it to the Summer Smash, which would probably be better. Gives us more time in the whole period, so because all the reviews are going to be hitting the summer now. So, but again, you know, absolutely, I don't want it to be rushed. I want it to be done nice. Everybody gets the information they need from everybody else's reviews, and you know, that'll make it a success. So yeah, happy brewing, guys, and I will see you next week.